When the lights and camera turn off, I will be here. When the interest and conversation fade, I will be here. When there's no one around, a father will do anything it takes to be there for his son, to protect his family.
Daniel Robinson went missing 4 months ago. This is the last photo his family has of him. He's a 24-year-old geologist, last seen leaving his job site in Buckeye, Arizona.
As the Gabby Petito homicide case garners national attention, another young person has been missing for nearly 3 months, and his family is desperate to find him. 24-year-old Daniel Robinson, a geologist, was last seen on the morning of June 23rd, leaving his work site in the desert of Buckeye, Arizona.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son.
And I'm still searching for him. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on tonight's Primetime Q&A. Please help find Daniel Q&A. It's not going to be the full Q&A tonight. I'm just going to do an introduction to what I'm doing right now. I will be coming back later to start the Q&As again, like we did in the past when Daniel first went missing. I've been doing Q&As a lot. I will be doing them again because we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot of things to break down. For those who don't know about my son's case, we can talk about those, but we have a lot of new information that we would like to share. I would like to share when it comes to everyone in the public needing to know. This will be going on through the David Robinson Second Network. That's DR2 Network. I'm doing a lot of things through the network. The reason why I could bring everything I have been doing for the last 5 years into one place and make it a lot easier for me. I've been doing things from fighting for my son, advocating for him, doing the searches, all the way up to advocating for other families. Also, David on the mic, some things that I've been wanting to share publicly, this involving myself, and also my run for U.S. Congress when I ran twice, 2024, 2026, bringing it all together so it would be easier for me to be able to manage. Tonight, I just want to share a really quick intro to who Daniel is. For those who don't, again, know who my son is, he went missing of June 23rd of 2021. I want to talk about that and also go into the comment section just for a little while. Not a real full-fledged Q&A tonight. Again, this is just an introduction so you all can know what I'm doing when I get ready to start launching the DR2 Network. I'm asking you right now, you can go to YouTube. I don't have any videos there yet because I haven't started yet. But you can join the David Robinson II Network, DR2 Network on the YouTube side of things. I will be doing a lot there. I still will be doing things on the channel that you're watching me on right now. But more of those things will be pulled from there and then posted on Please Help Find Daniel, David Robinson, and also some of the Daniel Robinson Foundation. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a while. I haven't done a live stream in a long while. Some people say, where have you gone, Mr. Robinson? I have, since I lost my election runoff, it gave me an opportunity to take not really a whole lot of time off, because as you see, I'm dealing and always constantly doing stuff, always finding ways to pick something up and do something else. It's just that it gave me opportunity to stay off of social media. Gave me opportunity to spend time trying to get rest. I've been getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That is unheard of for Dave Ross for the last several years. So to be able to do that, it was really refreshing and gave me a new perspective on things. And also it helps me out a lot. It helps my body and my mind. And so sometimes you have to take care of yourself, what people would say self-care. Now, to go onto the comments, if you have any comments there, it's right there on the screen. But to give those who don't know about my son's story, Daniel, geologist, born and raised here in Columbia, South Carolina. To give you the quick version, he's the youngest of his siblings at the time. He graduated from AC Florida. For those who live in Columbia, South Carolina, know what high school is that. He went into the College of Charleston, pursuing his career in geology. He became an excellent student at the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina, graduated with honors, decided to take his career, his life, and start off life in Arizona. Took a class in Flagstaff, fell in love with Arizona, decided to stay in Phoenix, Arizona, where he started his first job in life with a company called Matrix New World, also called Matrix Southwest Groundwater. This is an engineering company that deals with a lot of groundwater. Arizona is a desert state, so they use a lot of groundwater. They hired him on. They hired people like geologists, and they hired him on as a field geologist, also called a hydrogeologist, where Daniel would go out to various well sites, various locations where they're drilling wells into the ground, tapping into groundwater. Like I said, his job is very important with the settlements that's in the ground, the pressures, the understanding of how much water can be produced out of these wells or this groundwater. These things are very important to Arizona because being in a desert state, by law, a lot of developments and communities have to have at least two wells there. They're fighting over the Colorado River, for instance. They got a lot of things when it comes to supplying water into those desert situations. And his job is very important for that state to make sure that, again, people are always getting the water and clean water and things like that they need. And so Daniel's doing the job, enjoying what he does. He hadn't been with the company long. I think it was near 3 years. Daniel went out to many times, back up a little bit, many times Daniel would call me, for instance. He's working at night or he's working at days. There's just different times where he had to be out into these sites. But he got assigned to 2 sites this day on June 23rd of 2021. If you're in Arizona, one is off of Verrado Way. The other was set out for Sun Valley Parkway in Buckeye, Arizona, both Buckeye, Arizona. He went to the first well site according to the storyline, and then the second part of that storyline, when he went out into the second location where he was meeting only one person out there in the Sonoran Desert. His name is Ken. To meet him, this Ken, he worked for a company called Weber Waterworks, and he's a drilling company. And so my son was to meet him out there in that Sonoran Desert off of Sun Valley Parkway to do what he does best, do his job. According to Ken, because we do not have Daniel to tell his side of the story or what happened. According to Ken, he met my son on the side of the shoulder of Sun Valley Parkway. They had a brief conversation. My son followed him into that desert, 1 mile north, 1 mile west, 2 miles north, to get to this well site. And once they arrived at the well site, it was at 9 o'clock a.m. Around 9 o'clock a.m., which Ken said they spoke for about 10 minutes about the weather and things like that, and some other things that Ken wanted to say. But ultimately, my son walked off, waved at him, walked off to never be seen again. And so the storyline started from there. Of course, I'm here in South Carolina, hearing the story from my daughter, which later on that day received a knock on her door from a fellow coworker. This fellow coworker is a friend of Daniel, a personal friend of Daniel, off the job friend of Daniel. Came to see if he was over his sister's house because he said that no one had heard from Daniel since that morning. So, of course, that made her go on high alert, worrying about her brother. She was in Phoenix at the time. So she reached out to me. I'm not sure she's called her mother. Her mother and I are divorced, but she definitely called me and asked for guidance on the situation. So I was able to calm my daughter down, and try to do our due diligence to make sure Daniel's okay. why are they this guy come looking for Daniel. So I was able to send her to his apartment with someone else. Definitely want her to be going there alone, living over 2,000 miles away. And so she made it there. Of course, Daniel did not answer the door. His vehicle wasn't there in the parking lot. And she noticed that his blinds on his patio was kind of cracked open. So she was able to kind of peek into his living room. Noticed that a light was on the inside of the living room. Some of those things are very suspicious on her behalf because she spends a lot of time with Daniel. They go hiking a lot. They spend a lot. They see each other a lot. And so, of course, the next part of that situation is to call as many people we can. Call family members. I even called his mother. Called his some of the family members, some of the friends, to make sure that see if anybody heard from Daniel. When we found that no one have heard from Daniel at all, his job was also didn't hear from him. They said again he was gone since that morning. And so we was able to call Tempe. He was living in Tempe, Arizona at the time. The Tempe Police Department to see if they can do a welfare check because the way everything looking is very suspicious. So was hoping that the law enforcement go in his apartment. We don't know what law enforcement can and can't not do, but we did was hoping to do a welfare check to make sure Dane's not on the floor or something going on that we don't know. Somebody stole his car, that kind of thing. So we kind of think the worst situation to make sure that he's okay. And also, again, when we put the request in, TP Police Department declined because I mentioned the little information I didn't know at the time. I mentioned the word White Tank Mountains. I didn't know what the White Tank Mountains were. I just know that they said that was where he was last seen, near the White Tank Mountains. Because of that, they directed me over to the Buckeye Police Department. The Buckeye Police Department wanted to get the information they can, but they told me they couldn't put a missing person report until he's missing after, I think it was 12 hours at the time, but I was a few hours short of that time that I can report according to them. And so I had to hang up the phone, wait those hours, and then call back again. At that time when I was putting in the report, I also asked for a welfare check, according to TNP. And so they agreed to do that. They called TNP, who ended up doing exactly what I went to do the first time, to go do a welfare check. But that welfare check only consisted of them literally just doing a drive-by and shaking his door handle. So it wasn't much. But the thing is, again, for those who don't know about Daniel's case, it's been to kind of go forward almost 30 days later, just 2 or 1 day short of 30 days. Daniel's vehicle showed up right here in this ravine, sitting right here behind me. It looked kind of flat on the picture, and I get it. This is a markup, first of all, but even on the picture, the original picture, a lot of times people look at that and say it's on flat land, but there's a 20-foot ravine down in the 20-foot ravine lying on the side, on this passenger side. Everything allegedly on my son's body was 3 feet away from the vehicle, lying in a pile. All his personal effects was there, the work computer, et cetera, et cetera. The cases of water untouched, and so on. So those were some of the things that was very problematic starting off with Dane's case, minus the fact that he's been gone. He's been missing. Minus the fact that there's not Dane's character to just go wander off or just take off or go on any trips without telling anyone. Him, the siblings are very close. Our families are very close. So those things were problematic when they did happen. Excuse me, everyone, lose my voice a little. But if you have any questions for those, like I said, I don't want to be here long, and you know from the past, I'm long-winded and I could keep going and keep talking. So I don't want to take away from what I'm planning to do with the DR2 Network. So I'm going to stop here. If anybody have any questions, I'm going to answer a few questions, and then I'm going to jump off. And I'm asking you again, please join in with the DR2 Network YouTube channel. Still stay along here to Please Help Find Daniel. Please stay along with Dave Robinson II, other social media platforms. I'm doing everything, keeping everything the same, except mine is I'm doing more to work with DR2 Network, and the reason why to bring everything together into one place and make it easier for myself. So again, excuse me, if you have any questions, I'm asking you the way we always do it, the same way. in the comment section. Please put the word question before your question so I can identify it in the comment section. Or you can put a capital letter Q or a big question mark before your question. Then I can identify it as a question versus just a statement or something to those effects. So again, if you don't have any questions, I will be jumping off really soon. I just want to say thank you so much for joining in for this quick live stream. Again, I will be doing this again a lot more. And so it'll be coming through again, the DR2 Network. So I'm looking at the comment section right now. Don't have any questions, but thank you, Julian, for being here. My cousin went missing many years ago. I hope you're able to find Daniel soon. And I'm sorry for what your family are going through, Julian. I know the pain. And the reason why I say, even if you say many years ago, I've talked to people when I was out there in that desert situation, doing those weeks of 50 weeks of desert searching. I talk to families all the time. We have families who had loved ones missed for 5 years, some 10 years, some 12 years, some even 20 years. And when we have those conversations, it's never have been at one time that I didn't hear a person speak about their loved one as if it didn't happen like yesterday or today. Because, when it comes to having a missing loved one, it's something that you carry with you every day. Some people say, hey, it's time to move on. It's never time to move on when you don't have a closure. It's the one thing when the person passed away or a tragedy happened, like a car accident or certain things happen. We know where that person is. We're probably there at a funeral. We're there to put them in a resting place. But when you have a person who's missing, you don't have any answers, you don't have any clue. Those things always wonder in your mind. Is my person still alive or they're not here any longer? So not having those answers, you cannot just simply just walk away. You have to keep on pressing one way or the other. One way or the other. That means advocacy. That means bringing up story like you're doing right now, talking about it. Someone still may know answers because I know, again, I have a friend of mine who had a brother that was missing, and he showed up 20 years later. We had a guest on Please Help Find Daniel, a friend of mine. Her daughter was missing for 4 years. Turned herself in to a law enforcement agency. Turned out that she was coerced out of her home as a little young child. So again, I'm saying people can be rescued. They can be brought back home, but we have to keep on pushing the issue. We cannot just stop. So I really applaud you for even mentioning Julian. And also, again, yes, thank you for the well wishes on finding Daniel. I'm not giving up on him. I'm his dad. I cannot give up my son. He's a brilliant scientist. He have a lot of work he still want to do. He has dreams and aspirations, and I'm hoping and praying. One thing I will be doing really quick, and I'm telling you all who's watching as well, part of DR2 Network, I will be doing the Police Help Find Daniel again. When you come see me start doing live streams, we will be breaking down Daniel's case. And I have a lot to discuss. Again, like I said at the top, we have a lot of new information that I'm trying to get law enforcement to follow, to work. The timeline, the data do not lie. I have, again, someone who's been working very hard on this information. I've been studying it and making sure that we're able to articulate it to the public and make sure that we force law enforcement's hands to do the things they said they was going to do. I'm still to this date waiting on information or waiting on the work that the Buckeye Police Department saying they weren't going to do, what they are going to do, and they haven't done it just yet. So we have to do our work. We have work to do, and the work is always coming through the public. That's where I have my best backing, is when the public is part of this, and we actually get law enforcement movement when the public is involved. So again, I'm definitely going to need you. The other part is, again, with the information with Daniel, the breakdown of his case, like I was saying, we definitely, like I said, going to be talking about that. Make sure that everyone can participate with that. But the thing is also for Daniel's case, I do have two new leads. One is more promising to me. When I say promising, it has more credibility than the other. And so I'm not able to tell you the details of these two leads because I know for sure, most likely, the people who are sending me these leads are probably listening to me now, and I definitely want to keep everyone who have information to share to know that, hey, if you want to stay anonymous, you're going to be anonymous. I just need a closure. Family, we need a closure. We've been doing this for 5 years now. Need closures. I'm going to bring my son home. So the information I do have 2 new leads. So just for you all to know, one I see that's very promising on information. I am, again, trying to get law enforcement to do their part. And so to get them to do their part, I have to work it in a way of what we're doing now. Like I say, information, you always can see what the timeline is. And all these things can kind of tie into these 2 new leads. Well, one for sure. And so once we can get these answers, what happened to my son? Again, thanks so much for your question or your comment, Julian. And if anyone have any questions, please put a capital letter Q, question mark, the word question before your question, and that'll help me out. But thank you so much for being here, everyone. Hello to you. How you doing? Thanks so much for being here. Hello to you as well. Hope, thanks so much. Hey, Hope, thanks so much for being here. I'm really happy to see you here as well. And thank you for being a part. So thank you for everything you're doing in the background. So I really, truly appreciate you. You already know that. Thank you so much. And also, how you doing? Thanks so much. You have a question. Just like you have here, a question mark for the question, that really helps. What did Daniel's boss tell you? If you don't mind me asking. Well, if you're asking basically what the question, or if there was any thing that the boss or Daniel's direct supervisor said to me, I did not talk directly to his supervisor, till after a couple of days. But I did talk to some of the people that was working there at the job. At the time, I was traveling up to Arizona to go find my son. And excuse me, one thing I have noticed is that the Major New World, Major Southwell groundwater haven't done a few things. Normal. My family's really uptight about it as well. Normal reactions to things, normal things that people do when especially that person is on the clock, you could say, working for your company, under your time, doing work for you. You're sending, those responsibilities as a company. What they haven't done is put in a police report, haven't called law enforcement, haven't gotten law enforcement involved. So some of those things have really stuck out to us as a family. It still sticks out to this day when it comes to Major New World and the players. When I say the players, it will be his supervisor. It will be I almost about to name, but we'll be naming that in a part of the DR2 Network when I discuss these things when it comes to timeline. But it do come to some of the people that I do know now, who was part of the initial conversation when Daniel went missing, the phone calls. When I say the phone calls, a lot of times people can say, hey, we need to make this phone call to get it on the record or something, those type things. Not putting out, throwing out some rabbit hole and some conspiracy. What I'm saying is a lot of things will ask you to beg the question about certain things when initially a person go missing, initially when the certain reactions, versus things that were said, and then again, to go just directly to your question, he haven't said anything to us, as in my family. Anything that was said to us was basically myself going to look for it. The initial things I've been hearing from Major's New World was through the Buckeye Police Department, hearsay. Here, the other Buckeye Police Department officer would say, well, Major New World said XYZ, and so on and so on. But when it came to the phone calls, yes, I did reach out to his job and talk to whoever was available to give me certain information on where he was last, so I can relay that to law enforcement, certain things like that, what he was last seen. Outside of that, no comment from for a good several days from Major New World. I'm losing my voice. You probably all can tell. You can tell I haven't done this. I haven't done anything, running for office and doing all that. I'm doing a whole lot of talking, and I was getting my voice strong, but I haven't been taking this long break, and I can tell my voice saying, "Hey, what you doing to me now?" But thanks so much for that question. Thank you, Kimberly, for being here. I don't see any questions um, on Instagram. As you guys remember, I cannot put Instagram on the comment section here, but I can look at you. And I see Savannah Blanca. Thanks so much, Savannah, for being here, and everyone else that's on the Instagram side. You said, "Are you on TikTok as well?" Yes, I'm on TikTok, but just as in David Robinson, but not Police Help Find Daniel. I think I have a TikTok on Police Help Find Daniel. I need to pull that back up, and I can work that out as well. So I'll be looking into that, Savannah. Would love to support every platform. Yes, and I truly need you to do that if you can. Again, we'll be laying out these platforms. Again, it'll be Police Help Find Daniel, as always. It's just that I'm putting everything on DR2 Network. That's Dave Robinson, the second network. You can get that on YouTube. That's where everything would be mostly based at. I do have Dave Robinson, the second platform as well. That is definitely just my platform personally. I do a lot of political stuff. I do a lot of everything, a little bit of Daniel on my personal platform. And then also I have a political platform, Dave Robinson, second for Congress. Inactive right now because I have lost my election when it comes to runoff. That was this year. And so I have to, if I decide to run again, it'll be in 2028. But definitely have that. Just definitely want to, for everyone that's here tonight, want to focus on finding my son, advocacy work, information, et cetera, because again, like David on the mic, I'll be talking about other families, missing American families here. Please have Find Daniel, other families, because we definitely is not just a Daniel thing. It's an American crisis thing that I've been really, really hoping I can fight. Friends of mine started, congratulations to the Missing Struggle. It's a 501c3 now, for instance. Missing American Network, working with them as well. The Black and Missing Foundation, I work with them as well. I can just go on and on and on. But you got people out there that's really, really pushing hard and advocate work to help us stop or fix or find answers to this missing American crisis. So again, we all working together to get this thing done. Debbie Frey, thanks for being here. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I have been following Daniel's disappearance since it was broadcast on the news, and I thank you so much for your love support. I live here in Buckeye, Arizona. So many prayers have I said for him, and your efforts to find him. I will continue to follow your search for your precious son. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again for you, Debbie. I said I don't know if you was here doing the part, but I have two new leads. One lead will, if things fan out the way it seemed to be right now, it would take off to be a new search. So just be looking out for that. And if so, my projection would be at the first part of the year. So again, thanks so much, Buckeye, Arizona. Those who are in Buckeye, Arizona, who came out to the searches, I really appreciate you. And let me see here. I have, I think I have any more questions. Oh, I got one from Hope. Thank you, Hope. All right. Question from YouTuber. What did Daniel's bosses, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, what did Daniel bosses, if you don't mind me asking? I guess that probably was the same question. Thanks so much, Hope. Thanks so much for that one. Yeah, they haven't like I said again, they haven't really did much initially. Now I can say for Matrix New World, once I was able to have a lot more discussions with them a few days after Daniel went missing, I did a lot of meetings with them, a lot of board meetings with them to find more about Daniel's work. Just different things we talked about. And also the coordination when I started my search, I did a lot with Matrix New World to utilize their technologies. Y'all probably remember the sector map. That was through Matrix New World. I was able to use the technology they have because they're out there in these desert situations. They have to be out there and they use this mapping system. So I was able to tap into that to be able to do my grid searches and things like that. So very helpful on that behalf. Even the owners are one of Daniel's college buddies, his friends, the parents owned Matrix New World at the time, the mother, and so having a conversation with them, they asked me where they wanted to offer a space inside of their office building to launch my search efforts out of. Of course, at the time I declined their offer, even though I was grateful for their offer, is because at that time, even Matrix New World for me was a suspect. Again, the way things transpired, didn't know what happened to my son. So everybody and everything around me was potential suspects. And so, because I started my own investigation and I had to treat it that way. So I think at the time it wasn't proper, to be having, my launches of a search pattern coming out of their office building. And, it just wasn't proper. So, but I can't say that company itself, the owners, they donated to my search efforts. So they have donated twice, I believe. And also some of the workers from Matrix New World end up coming out to the searches. I don't know if it was a mandate from Matrix New World itself. I just noticed some of his direct supervisor and some of the other workers there at Matrix New World used to come out to the searches to aid. They used to stick together, but they did things like help man the gate to direct people in, things like that. So again, I want to be grateful to them on that behalf. But for us as a family, initially the issue would be that, the safety aspects, there was no safety measures for Daniel. And also there was no law enforcement called. I had to do that. And Daniel was on the clock in essence. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, congratulations to the Mr. Struggle. Yes, and I don't know if I should have said that, but yes, I did say it. So Katrina, hope I wasn't talking out too loud or too fast, but you know who she is, Hope. So that's it. I did put that out, but I'm grateful and I'm very proud of her and things she has been doing. She's been doing a lot of work, and so yes. So that is a lot of congratulations to that. All right. I think that's it. I don't see any questions. I don't see any on the Instagram side. So I'm just gonna cut it here, and I want to say thank you again, everyone, to the backtrack everything I was saying at the beginning. I started DR2 Network, Dave Ross's second network, is because I want to bring everything into one place. I've been doing a lot in 5 years. Haven't gotten sleep, haven't gotten, just a lot. Haven't been doing it in self-care. I still haven't been to the beach. And I'm going to say that over and over again until I finally get there. You see me put up a lot of pictures of the beach water. You'll know I was there. Because I would do one of my great things I want to do is be able to take a vacation. I still haven't taken a vacation time off. Yes, what a lot of people would call a hiatus. I took some time off, again, from social media, not from my work, but social media. I still have to do what I fight in law enforcement. I hate to say that, use the word fight, because that's what it feels like. Fight law enforcement to get them to do work. The Buckeye Police Department won't so much as accept my phone calls, not answer my emails. They charge me over $500 some just for a FOIA request. And I want y'all to know I'm working on some legislation surrounding that as well. Those kind of things. So the issue with law enforcement is not about law enforcement, because I get long-winded and I'll take this thing to a 2-hour thing. We have a lot of great law enforcement officers out there. Matter of fact, I have a great friend of mine who's part of the A-Team. He's part of the Daniel Rosser Foundation, who has been doing a lot in the Arizona communities. He's a former Chicago police officer, great man, high integrity, really like to help people. And he's one of the best officers you can find out there, former officer that you can find out there. I have a stepbrother who's a retired detective, and as well as I know a detective right now in Louisiana who's doing great job and great work. So I'm saying there's a lot of officers, and I could keep going on and on. I have Officer Pooley, who was a part of the Daniel Rosser Foundation at one point, who have his own foundation, who's out in Arizona right now, in Texas right now, working really hard for his people, the indigenous and the Native American population, to help curb the missing crisis there, and also the domestic violence. So it's a lot of great things out there. But the Buckeye Police Department specifically, it will not do anything. Will not do anything if you don't push them to do anything. And so the issue I have with the law enforcement right now, Buckeye, and I have to say it that way, is that I'm not in Arizona. I can't constantly be in Arizona. I have acute debt that I'm really been fighting and struggling for the last several months to rid of, so I can be easily going traveling back and forth to Arizona. And they know that. They know that when I was in Arizona at the time, they knew the funding wasn't going to be is unlimited and that it was going to last forever. And so when those things happens, that's when they can show those things by, I don't have to talk to you anymore, those type deals. But see, when I'm in their face, it's a different story because you know how I am, you guys. I'm a very transaction person. I like to be face to face with people because I said it many times on the Q&A. I'm not the father who would ever when one of my children are missing or something happened to them, be on the phone like this, asking and begging and pleading, say, "Hey, are you looking for my son?" Or this, I cannot operate like that as a father. I have to be there. I have to see it with my eyes. I have to be there, be present. So, because again, I'm saying, hey, y'all out there searching for my son. Far as I know, Detective Justin Adams will have his foot on the desk and his hand back here and talking on the phone. Yeah, I'm out here right now to looking for your son. I don't know if you're doing that or not. You're just talking, And so actions speak louder words. And a lot of times getting back into Arizona, which I plan to do, you guys, I'm pushing really hard for that. Is to get into their face, get a lot of media attention. You guys seen over the years, I know how to pull media attention, and to be able to put the heavy pressure on them to do the things they should be doing. And it's sad to say that when you have to push, calls along, kind of kick them down the road like a can to make them do certain things. So that's what I'm planning to do. That's what I'm working on. Having a little break, getting the sleep I was getting. I'm actually getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep finally, to help me be able to fight and get things back on track when it comes to holding them accountable. Really quick, Savannah, thanks so much on Instagram. You said God bless you, and please take a drive to the beach and relax. Yes, I've been saying it, and I'll say it, Savannah. I'll say it, but it never happens. Every time, I even one time got my car ready and get ready to go and hit the beach. The sad part is I live in South Carolina. We have a lot of beaches, and I know people don't want to hear me say this, but I like Florida beaches, and so. But I was like, look, I go to Myrtle Beach, and the reason I don't go to Myrtle Beach, people just love Myrtle Beach here for whatever reason. I don't. I'll be honest with you, because I've been going to it a lot when I was a kid. We always had to go to, which I used to love it. Kids used to set aside, we're going to the beach, 3-hour drive away from Columbia. So we go do that. But then as I became an adult and I messed around and I worked for FEMA at the time, I was working with FEMA and I was doing a disaster relief. That was in 2004. And I went down to an area called Fort Myers, Cape Coral area, got hit by a devastating hurricane. And I had to spend, actually, the crazy part, when I worked for FEMA, this is how it works. And I want to mention that one because I did a couple. I did Katrina as well and some of the other. But one of the things is that one in particular, when it comes to the beach, I was on the way there before the storm actually hit. And people, of course, they riding on the other side of the interstate, but I had a special thing to be able to drive south on I-95. So I was able to get on the military base first, and then get dispatched out into an area called Sanibel Island, Captiva. And so I had to go there and ride the storm out, believe it or not. And so, I'll take that back. Rode the storm out on the military base and then went down into those areas. It was hard to do, but went down the area with all the down trees and things. But make a long story with that, I fell in love with the place once we got everything taken care of FEMA-wise. I fell in love with the beaches there, the area there. I've been a tropical person. I just love that. I love heat. And so seeing the white sand beaches for the first time, those type things really stood out to me. And so That's why I say yes. If I go to the beach, Savannah, it would be here in South Carolina right now, because I just want to put my foot in some salt water and smell that salt air. But yes, I'm still planning to do that. It's just that I'm just trying to find the time to do it. I found time to sleep and rest. I just didn't have time to vacation that way, to go out and actually do something like that. So looking for it, and we'll be doing that pretty soon. And thanks so much, Savannah, again. Thank you for your great comment. I truly appreciate you. I try to be the best father I can, so I really appreciate that. And I think that's it, everyone. So again, look for me to launch off this DR2 Network. Please help find Daniel Q&A that I will be doing. You'll see the schedule. I'll be putting that on this platform that you're watching right now. You'll see me put the information out there, how I'm going to be doing things, and you can follow me on. You can stay and follow me here as well, but the way I'm doing it, you would understand. I'll see how that worked. So I'm just putting the content together right now. Put my structure. Still working on structures. Some little small details that I'm doing. Rolling out a little videos here and there. That's why you probably see me sitting on my back porch or some area doing some little videos, a little bit at a time. So I'm just kind of walking it through and walking it into what I hope that DR2 Network is actually will be doing. So again, thank you, everyone. I truly appreciate your time, and I will, I guess, talk to you on the other side again when we come back again for the Please Help Find Daniel Q&A. So thanks so much, and God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.
I attend AC Flora, and I'm planning to major in geology at College of Charleston.
Good job.